Right next to me is a three-row family SUV made by Volkswagen. This is the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas SE, which is the base model of the Volkswagen Atlas. Now, just because it's the base model and relatively affordable at the $40,000 price point, does that make it worth it? And should you go and spend your hard-earned money on this vehicle or not? In this video, I'll be taking you through the ins, the outs, doing a driving portion, and let's answer that question together. Is it worth it? What are the trims and price ranges on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas? Will they start at $38,000 for the base front-wheel drive and go all up to $55,000 for the highest trim? Now, what I have right here is the SE all-wheel drive. So again, this is going for $41,000, but if you don't want all-wheel drive, you can get front-wheel drive and save an extra $2-3 grand if you want. Now, it might be hard in places like New England, where I'm here, to find a dealer that does offer this in front-wheel drive, but if you can find it, you get a little bit cheaper. Now, what are the trims? Well, it goes SE, which I have right here, SE with technology, Peak Edition, SEL, and then SEL Premium R-Line. I'll put up an exact picture of what all the trims are. The vehicle I will be reviewing today is the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas SE with all-wheel drive, and comes out to be an MSRP of $41,000. Sorry if it's hard to see that there. And this does have a few options with the opal white pearl exterior color for an extra $455. Don't know why white paint is an extra $400, but that's what Volkswagen did, as well as a first aid kit and then the floor mats. And after dealer and destination fee, this vehicle comes out to be $44,309. Thank you to Executive Volkswagen of North Haven, Connecticut for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below. Let's dive right into it and start off with the front. And the front of the Volkswagen Atlas SE sets the tone of this whole entire vehicle because it's a very premium and tech-heavy front here. You have LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED turn signals, all on a base model vehicle. I didn't expect that to be, on a base model, but that's what it is. You have the Volkswagen logo right front and center there, so everyone knows you're driving a Volkswagen, as well as this really cool front grille that connects to the bottom grille here with the same design. So you have this like XH pattern that cuts through all these little sides here, and that carries over to the bottom there. So it gives it this nice flush look. The airflow for that engine is incredible. I can stick my hand in all these little spots, as well as this part over on the side being just plastic. I wish this was little airflow as well, because other cars have airflow that go through the side of the vehicle, but it's just like a little design piece. Looks cool though. Under the hood, the Volkswagen Atlas is powered by a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. And I know what you're probably gonna say is, oh, a 4-cylinder turbo can't power this big 3-row family SUV. But it can, because the power numbers on this engine is incredible. It produces 269 horsepower and 273 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's all going through an 8-speed automatic transmission, and all that power is going to all 4 wheels because this is all-wheel drive. And it can tow up to 5,000 pounds, which again, is all incredible in a big vehicle like this. And this little 4-cylinder turbocharged engine produces a lot of power for what it is. And this is the same engine in all the Atlas trims. So it's not like you could step up to the higher trim and get a more powerful engine. This is all. They canceled the V6 engine about, 2-3 years ago. I'll put up the exact model year that they canceled the V6 in. But for all Volkswagen Atlases, you can only get this 4-cylinder engine. This might be hard to see, and I apologize, but this vehicle gets 20 miles per gallon in the city, 26 in the highway. Yeah, you definitely can't see that, but for a total of 22 miles to the gallon on average. The key fob of the Volkswagen Atlas SE is simple, but that doesn't mean it's bad. You got black plastic in the back, the Volkswagen logo there. Flip it over here, lock, unlock, typical type of stuff. And this button right here is a trunk button, but it doesn't open up the trunk automatically. It's just a lock. So then you have to manually come over to the back here, lift it up yourself. It does have hydraulics, so it does it most of the way. You just have to lift it up slightly and do it. But I will say, it is a tough thing getting this trunk back down. Those hydraulics you do have to fight for. And one more thing on the key fob is this panic button, like every other car has. But I love how Volkswagen does it like an alien invasion. It's kind of cool. On the top, there is no sunroof, but there is a roof rail on each side, which is very nice for a base model vehicle, as well as these mirrors on the side have blind spot monitoring built into them and have turn signals over here, so people know when you're turning from a distance. These rims down here are 18-inch alloy rims with all-season weather tires, as well as black plastic cladding up top here. So if you're going off-roading or it gets any dirty, you just easily wipe it with a quick wipe and it's not dirty. Another pretty cool feature is having your keys in your pocket, walking up to the vehicle, hitting this button, it locks. Now, what if I want to unlock it? We'll just grab the handle and it automatically detects your key and unlocks it. That is on all 4 doors here. So the rear can do it as well, and you can lock it from the rear as well. So if I shut that door there and it locks, open up the rear door and you're greeted to a very luxurious rear door. So you have this wood trim all along the side here. I mean, it is not real wood, but it gives it the appearance, and tell your friends it's real wood because they're not going to know the difference. You do have soft touch plastic up here, little door handle, speaker grill, as well as all this being this leatherette trim piece on the side and where you rest your arm. So you can push your arm up against this and it's nice and comfortable to rest your arm. Now you have your little pocket right there for storage, grab handle, and down below is where you have your hard touch plastic, because that's where you put drink, snacks, gets dirty, wash it away. Speaker grill down there. So you have a spot for cup holder, bag of chips, and a bag of candy right there. So if a kid's sitting in the rear, they have all the stuff they need. This car has 3 rows and 7 seats altogether. So how do you get to the 3rd row there? We'll just lift this tab up, that pulls forward. You can push it forward a little bit more to now easily climb in the back. There's a ton of space here and you can just relax. Now you push this back. Let me do this, see if I can do this with one hand. Yeah, pop that back into place. You do have a decent amount of legroom in the 3rd row. Headroom wise, and I got what, maybe an inch or maybe 2 of headroom left. So, you know, maybe a 6 foot tall person can fit in here. It's gonna be very, very tight, but a little bit under, you're totally fine. Now, this piece right here, that just goes up. So now you have this little headrest, you can easily relax in the 3rd row. These 3rd row seats don't recline though. That is the one thing that I've seen other 3rd rows do, but it's already in a reclining position enough where it's easy to relax. And you do have some amenities in the 3rd row with your AC vent there, 2 cup holder spots, a little spot for some candy and snacks, as well as 2 USB Type-C ports to charge phones and rest them in there. I also do want to point out the comfortability of the 3rd row seats is incredible. It's the same leatherette trim as the 2nd row and the 1st row up there. Now you're not getting the heated and cooling like the 1st row is up top, but you're not getting skimped out on really anything. It's the same, so everyone's sitting in the same style seat. But now I'm stuck in the 3rd row. How do I get out of here? We'll just lift this tab up, that goes forward. It won't do that if somebody's sitting in that seat, so you don't have to worry about your kids fooling around with each other and squishing them like a pancake. But now you can easily climb out the back. The 2nd row seating is very nice because you hop in here, same leatherette as all the seats. You have little storage pockets on the backs of both front seats and a really good amount of legroom. If you want more, you can push this lever, push it back, or if you want the 3rd row to have even more legroom, you can push this all the way forward and basically have none. So if you have a massive person sitting back there, you can give them as much legroom as possible. Now, what you have headroom-wise in the 2nd row is even better than the 3rd row there. You have, like, for me, I'm 5'8" again, I have a whole hand length. So a 6 foot tall person can definitely fit in the 2nd row, no problem whatsoever. You do have a middle seat here, and how is it sitting in the middle seat? Same amount of headroom, legroom-wise. You do have a little hump, but I mean little, like an inch higher, nothing at all. So you don't have to man spread at all in this vehicle. You have 2 AC vents there, your own AC controls, so everyone in the rear can control their own AC, as well, if you could see it down there, I don't know if I can pan the camera, but 2 USB-C ports. And if you don't have a middle seat passenger, you can pull this down, have a cup holder armrest there, nice and squishy to rest your arm, and 2 cup holders. Open up the front door, and it is an exact copy of the rear door. Literally the exact same, which is good because you have the soft touch plastic up top there, the wood trim along the side, the silver door handle, speaker grill, lock, unlock. Now this, again, the same thing. The leatherette on the side and where you rest your arm. So it's extremely comfortable while you're driving, you rest your arm there, pretty nice. Door handle, window controls that are all 4 one touch down, one touch up, which are very nice. Your window controls there, and a deep storage pocket to put a large water bottle. Let's see, actually I'm pretty sure I hid it in here earlier. If I take it out, I can put it there. Yeah, so it fits a large water bottle as well as some chips and some snacks there and a speaker grill. Both the front seats are heated, cooled, leatherette style bucket seats that hold your booty and your back into place really nice. These are extremely comfortable seats. The driver does have power operated controls for forward, back, tilt, and lumbar, but sadly the passenger over here gets all manual controls. So it's tilt manual and forward and back manual. Turn the vehicle on with a push to start, and you are greeted to a fully customizable digital gauge cluster here that is 3 different screens and a lot of things in those screens you can do. And the first screen is mimicking an analog gauge cluster, so you can see your RPMs gauge over there and your miles per hour. Again, this is all a screen, but it mimics the look of an analog. Hit the view one more time, and now you have a safety screen. So what this will show is your car right there. I mean, that's your car, all in white. It shows the exact color of the car you have, and it'll show if cars are in front of you and how close you want to be to it. So when you turn on your adaptive cruise control and all those items, it'll say, hey, you're going out of the line or not. I love how you give a visual representation of what's happening right in front of your car. Hit it one more time, and now this is your simplistic view. You just want miles per hour right in the center? You can have that. No analog gauges, no safety gauges, nothing. But you see those little things on the side, which I didn't talk about yet. Those can be customized as well. So you can make them different items or even nothing if you want. So let's try that out. You hit the side over here on the left side, and if you want to have nothing on that side and nothing on the side over there, you can have that as well. And hit all the different views and they stay. So you can have simplistic screens. But what if I want some items on there? I want some cool facts. So I want my gear display. You could have that up over there. I want my travel distance and time. You can put that up there as well. So both these screens can be customized to your exact liking in what you want. With your telephone, speed, time, acceleration. You want a compass? You could throw that up. And this can go with other stuff as well. Fuel tank, assist systems, operating temperature, and start and stop. The steering wheel is a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel with 3 heating controls, or 3 heating levels on it, which is very cool. I haven't seen another vehicle do this. So you have completely off if you want it, or level 3 is the max and you can go down. So if it's semi-cold out, you just want level 1, you could have that. You have paddle shifters on the back to change the gears manually, as well as buttons on the left side and right side of the steering wheel to do a lot of things. So the right side is more your media controls. These are some of the controls I showed you to control that screen over there, the view, the left and right, the up and down and okay, your heated steering wheel button, as well as your voice command button here. This is to go left and right of your music, and over here is your volume up and down. But you do have some safety settings on the left side here. So this vehicle has adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring over on the side, and something that Volkswagen calls their travel assist, which is pretty cool. It uses the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist to center you in the lane. This is not anywhere near a hands-free driving experience, but it does a very good job to hold you in the lane. So you kind of just rest your arm there, pay attention, and it does a lot of the work for you. As well as having front collision mitigation braking. So if you're coming close to someone in front of you and the vehicle says, okay, you're going a little too fast, it'll automatically cut on the brakes so you don't hit them. And you do have a backup camera with moving trajectory lines that'll show exactly where you are. Now, it's not necessarily the clearest, but it definitely gets the job done. And there's no front and rear parking sensors, so it's not going to beep at you when you back up or go forward into objects. But what if you're one of those people that's just like, oh, I don't like any of the safety settings, I don't like it beeping at me, going constantly crazy. You hit assist systems, and you can go and turn on or off all the assist settings. So adaptive cruise control, you can turn it off. Lane keep assist, turn it off if you don't want. But you can scroll through and turn off all the safety settings if you don't want it beeping at you. The touchscreen in this vehicle is incredible. It's 12 inches, has wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. It's super easy, responsive to use. You have a main home screen right here with all your apps. So just like when you slide up your iPhone or Android, you have all your apps here. So you have your App Connect, which is Android Auto, CarPlay, radio, navigation, your health, sound, which I'll get into some of those apps in a little bit. But you swipe over to the right, and now you have a pre-made home screen. So, you know, on your, like, again, your iPhone and Android phone, you have your work folder, you have your social media folder, you can customize each individual page to your liking. So right here, navigation, you have your car information stuff. So if something goes wrong with your car, it'll show it right there, radio, media, or telephone. But I don't like that stuff. I want to customize my own screen. We'll just scroll more over to the right, and now you have a blank page here. Hold it, and you can customize your own screen to your liking. So hit this little tab up top, and you can add a page and create the own layout. So if you want only 2 items, you want multiple more items, create your own custom layout. So let's go with 2 items to make it simple. I can hit, let's see, that mark, and I can drag items I want into there. So if I want radio and media to be right there, and if I want my driving data to be over there, hit back into the X, and now I have my customized home screen. And this screen is not even close to being over. So over here is a home button. It's a digital button, but it acts as a physical button. You just hit it, goes straight to the home page. Swipe this down and you have a quick hotbar. So like, again, on your smartphone, so you have a brightness bar. This is changed from light mode to dark mode right on the fly. So when you swipe down your phone, you have the Bluetooth, the internet connection, all those different apps. Well, that's right here. So that's audio, on, off, auto start, stop, on, off. And then if you want to hold this, you can have different items. So you can drag all these up top. So just like a hotspot, I said for the Wi-Fi on your phone, drag that up there, you have hotspot. Bluetooth, drag that up there, and now you're Bluetooth. So you can have customizing little hotbars. And the best part about this vehicle is the help button or the help app, because you can go into it and look up exactly what to do and it'll give you little information. So if you're confused about anything in this touchscreen, it'll give you that quick information about it. So you don't have to go to Google, watch someone like me over 50 times. You just go here, read about your car and learn how to do it, as well as the voice operation. So if you want to do navigation, it'll give you all the helpful hints, telephone, media, climate control. Now below the touchscreen is some weird controls. It's Volkswagen swipe controls for the music and the AC controls. I like it, I think it's fun to use, but I know a lot of people have mixed opinions. So swipe right for volume up and swipe left for volume down. So as you're driving, you just go choo, and then choo. Really fun. It's unique. And same for the AC and heat controls. So swipe left and swipe right to go hotter or colder. Now you want to go to your climate controls, hit that button down there, and you pull up your whole entire climate controls app. This is where you have your heated seats there, 3 levels, your cooled seats there, 3 levels as well for both the driver and the passenger. And this is really cool because you have smart climate, classic climate, which is your typical climate controls you see in every car, and air care, where you can purify the air in this car. But smart climate is really simple. So if you want just warm hands, hit that, and it's gonna turn the heaters onto the hands and warm them up there. But I want warm feet. Well, it's gonna just use the heaters down below and heat up your feet. So if you just want a really quick way to heat your car or hands or feet up, you can go to Smart Climate and activate that. Hit this mode button down here, and this we can go and change from eco, comfort, sport, off-road, snow, and customize your own controls if you want to with hitting that button, and then just go saying, okay, I want sport steering, but a eco engine sound. And you can go and customize everything to your exact liking. Slide open this secret compartment and you got 2 USB Type-C ports, little extra storage, and a wireless charging pad. So if you're one of those people that gets distracted with your phone while driving, just put it in there, charge it wirelessly, hit that, and you won't get distracted with it. 2 cup holders right there. You have your engine start stop. This is your gear lever right here. It's all a digital gear lever. It's not a physical one like, other cars have. But you're probably gonna say, okay, I want a physical one. But that makes this area be open here. So you have extra storage to put a purse if you want to down there, because there's no tunnel for the gear shifter. So all this does is just down for drive, down again for sport, middle for neutral, up for reverse, and simple P to park. Really simple, easy to use. Lift that up for parking brake, as well as a little extra storage here. I put my wallet and some other things. And this armrest, I was resting my arm on this whole time. It's extremely comfortable. Lift it up, and you got so much storage. So much, in fact, I could fit this massive water bottle in there and shut it, be completely fine. The rear of the Volkswagen Atlas SE is very sleek compared to the front, where so much stuff going on up there is not a lot back here. You have the Volkswagen logo right in the front here, as well as Atlas below, so people know you're driving a Volkswagen Atlas. And then over here, your trim badge as well. So people know exactly you're driving a Volkswagen Atlas SE, which I think is kind of cool. And over there on that side, you have your 4Motion badge. I'll pan to it. This vehicle has LED taillights and LED turn signals in the rear. So it's a very premium style. I'll show it when it's flashing right now. You do have a wiper blade up here. It is not tucked up like other vehicles are, but at least you have it. And it's a pretty open windshield, so you can see out the back. You have a third brake light up top, as well as your roof spoiler here. Gives it this more aggressive look. And the only thing I do gotta complain with is down below here, the exhaust tips. Well, fake exhaust tips. Those aren't real. Those look like they're real, the chrome tip, but it's just plastic there. I wish it was real. And you do still have 2 exhaust tips, which are below there. I'll pan to and show you that as well. I wish they just rooted that up here, you know, twisted the exhaust tip, put it out here and made these real. Why couldn't they do that? But at least it looks cool. Now this is my favorite part of all my videos because I get to see if I can fit in the trunk. A 5'8" Matt, can I fit? Now most reviewers will just be like, okay, it's this size and move on with their day. I like to visually represent, you know, how big it actually is. And with the third row up, I can completely sit in here, no problem whatsoever. Legs spread out over here. And you do have little extra storage pockets on this side and over there that dip down so you could hide items, as well as these little grocery bag hooks. So if you want to hang up grocery bags, you can do that. And now I want to take the third row down. Just pull this little tab, that notch lifts up, and just simple. I can do it, and I'm weak, so I know a kid can. Of course, there's a tractor incoming right now, but push that down, and now you have so much extra storage in here. But what if you want more? Well, you can take those rear seats down, but you have to move on this side. You can't do it from the rear, which kind of stinks. I wish you could, but you have to lift this tab, push it down like that, and then go all the way over here on this side, and do the same for this one. So you kind of got to run around the car, if I can even do that with this one. Yep, push it down. So you do have to run around the car to push it all down, but now that it's down, look at this. I can completely lay in the back if I want to. Like, I mean, full on lay in the back. So if you want to put an air mattress back here, go camping like your husband and wife, and don't need an RV, just take your Volkswagen Atlas, put an air mattress back here, and you're totally good. Maybe you can want to go to a, what's it called? One of those movie theaters, like the outside ones. You can do that here. And there's even secret storage down below. So lift this part up. You have a little secret storage here. This is mostly for your tools, your jack, because below this is your spare tire. So this has a spare tire, not a fix-a-flat kit. Now, taking out the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas SE out on the road, how does this vehicle feel? Well, right off the bat, it is a chonker. This is a big car, and you definitely feel that. You're very high up. It is a monster hood. You feel just big in it, and if you like that, this is definitely the car for you, because you give off that just king of the road feel, and I like that in this car. I mostly drive small cars as my dailies, but so this is a completely different ball game, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it. Now, suspension-wise, you hit potholes, you do feel them, but really not that bad. It kind of like, you know, chills it out, and when you turn it left and right, you do have a little bit of body roll in this car, actually, a decent amount of body roll, I ain't gonna lie. It's not a sports car, so you're not gonna be taking this going 90 miles an hour in the corner being planted. The seat does hold you into place very well, so if you are taking a corner a little bit fast, it'll plant you in. 0 to 60 with this 4-cylinder engine is 7.5 seconds, so it's not ultra fast, but that's really not ultra slow. I've seen vehicles that are 8, 9, 10 seconds. So especially in a 3-row family SUV, you get that quick right off the line. Very nice with the all-wheel drive. And there's still one thing I didn't talk about at all in the previous clips, and that is what happens when you change this car into different drive modes. So you have Eco, Comfort, and Sport, and a few other ones. But when you put it into Sport, it'll sound like the engine is like a race car and going absolutely insane. But that's just the speakers. It'll pump sound through the speakers to make the engine louder and sound cool, which it is cool, I ain't gonna lie, but that's not the real sound of the engine in this. So if you want to go into eco mode, you can get no sound whatsoever, and then it'll be the real sound of the engine. It's not a bad sounding engine to begin with, so it's not like, okay, you know, the speakers are doing all the sound whatsoever, but you do hear it and make it more of a race car style feel, and I kind of like that, I'm not gonna lie. It's fun to put it in that mode and just drive around with it. Now, overall, what do I think of this vehicle? I love it. I love this Volkswagen Atlas. It's a nice 3-row family SUV for that $40,000 price point. Incredible tech features, luxurious side. I mean, this is kind of a luxury vehicle in my eyes, because I've seen vehicles that are $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 and have plastic all on the side here. This feels nice for the price point, more premium than I expected. Now, there was, again, a few little touches, like I said, with the rear exhaust pipes being fake, the front not having parking sensors, but whatever, you know, you can kind of get by all that stuff because you have a nice ride, it's comfortable, you could fit your whole family in here, nice technology on the inside. If you're a mother or father and you have a family and you're buying this for your kids and or just your daily commute and everything that you do in your life, you have enough trunk space to put all your groceries in and enough second and third row space to put kids and even adults. Again, I could fit in that third row and be totally fine. I know I'm not the tallest human being, but an adult, 5'8" adult can fit in there totally fine. This is an impressive vehicle that Volkswagen made. But the real question is, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you like it or do you absolutely hate it? And do you think it's worth the $44,000 or not? Be honest, let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to keep updated with more content. And a huge thank you to Executive Volkswagen for allowing me to use this vehicle for the day. Their information will be linked down in the description below.